Hey there, Nocturnes! Welcome back to another episode of Surviving College. I'm Jeremy, a senior high school teacher in the Philippines. For tonight, I'd like to talk about, since it's almost Christmas, by the time I'm filming this, I would like to talk about the gift giving culture. Okay, how is this related to the series Office Politics? It is relevant because there are social consequences for assimilating the gift giving culture and not. All right, let's start with what I've heard about that. Okay, another podcaster commented about accepting gifts at work, and he advised to decline such gesture simply because it may put you in a position of indebtedness, meaning to say you're going to owe the person something, and without even being aware of it. Okay, the person who's giving the gift may expect a similar favor from you in a situation that he or she needs it the most. Your reciprocity. And you don't want to be put in that kind of dilemma. All right? You thought that the gift was simply as an expression of goodwill, but it was actually a way to compel you to grant that person's future favor. Now, let me reconcile in this episode what I believe about gift giving and what other people would say about declining the gesture. Okay, in my culture, particularly my Filipino culture, Christmas is, how should I put it, heavily, deeply celebrated, embraced. And these gestures, gift giving, parties, and all, are um, they're very pronounced here in the Philippines. Now, I take gift giving culture, okay, at least in my context, as a way, if participating in that is a way of showing others your willingness to be, your willingness to synergize, or your willingness to be part of the team. That's how I view gift giving. If ever I'd be put in the situation of indebtedness, similar to what other podcasters say, I can discern for myself whether that would be the case. Yes, I would accept the gesture, accept the gift, but I would like to add something to the acceptance. I'd say something of course, with a jokingly tone, all right? I would say something like, I don't know, I don't owe you anything, okay? But I do appreciate the gift. Something like that. Yeah. Now, if ever in the future the person would remind me about that gift, well, I I'll give it back to the person. Well, unless it's food, I if it's, let's say, a usable item, I'd return the gift to the person. If that person would explicitly tell me that he or she is expecting something in return. All right? But in my culture, it's not the case. It's simply a gesture of goodwill. And if ever it does happen, well, uh, yeah, I just return the gift, literally return the gift. Or if it's not possible because it's edible and I ate it, then in the future I'll give the person a similar gift, probably the same gift, the very same gift, as long as it's easy to find. I'll give that person that exact gift. And I don't have to wait for Christmas for that to happen. Okay? If it's to escape the feeling of indebtedness. But in case someone explicitly tells me that, well, I'll tell the person, I'll just admonish the person. I'll tell him or her that, well, next time don't give me gifts anymore. If you're simply giving gifts just to get people to grant you, well, non or unfair favors. Yeah, I'll just lecture the person on that. So there, that's how I suggest we handle the gift giving culture, you also need to consider the culture, the overall culture of your workplace in order to assimilate it well. But I think if you're in a Western, um, I don't want to stereotype, but usually in Occidental cultures, it's that way. That's always the suggestion. Decline gifts. In my previous school, since my previous school was corporate, we were advised to turn down such offers. Instead, accept the gifts and then turn it over to a particular office who will, I think, be responsible for placing the gifts elsewhere. Maybe donate it to charity like that. So there, if you have that kind of office or group at work, then might as well suggest to have one if you're not really comfortable with accepting gifts, or simply, yeah, just or okay, accept it and then give it to charity if you're not willing to keep it. There. So, what do you think about the gift giving culture? Comment down below your thoughts. If you like this, share it with others who have lots of things to say about the topic. And did I say to give it a like? Okay. Well, anyway, I hope this helped you, whether you like it or not. Well, so that's it. I'll see you. Well, continue surviving in the dark until the next episode.